What's good, Commanders fans? This one probably will be a quick video. There's just not much that happened today at the last day of mandatory minicamp. Of course, Terry had no show. Everybody else was there. So we'll go over the players that did play. So an update on Noah, which is really not an update at all. Dan Quinn said that he will be getting an MRI, not MIR, but an MRI this afternoon. That was 4 hours ago when Dan Quinn said that. That was at about 12:33, and right now it's like 5:30, and I'm making this video, putting this video out. So he should have gotten the MRI by now. I don't know how long it takes to get the results, but there's a lot of times when we've seen players get diagnosed with a torn. I don't want to speak into this, but we've seen players get diagnosed with things the day that they get the MRI. So like I said, I'm not a doctor. I don't know how quickly the turnaround time, is for an MRI, but we've seen people be diagnosed from an MRI the same day. So that's all I'm going to say. And they may try to gatekeep the information, but if it is a significant injury, they can't gatekeep. They have to release it as soon as possible. Like Schefter's going to get the information, or Garofolo, or Jordan Schultz now. Like somebody's going to get that information. And they're gonna have to report it if it's a significant serious injury. Now, like I said yesterday, somebody was driving Noah with a cart. They ran over a speed hump or a bump, and he was yelled out a loud scream in agony and pain. So that's not a good sign. And when you get rolled off in a cart, it's just not a good sign. I did talk about Paul Pierce yesterday, but yes, he did have to take a number 2, so it's a different thing. I thought it was like cramps that Paul Pierce had, but he did come out and confessed that he just had to use the bathroom bad. But yeah, today Dan Quinn did talk. He said that. Let me see. Let's go to the play-by-play. So he did talk about Deebo. So I'll go over the Deebo video quickly. So I don't really think he looked that slow in the video. And George Kittle defended him as well and said that they're not going full speed in this drill. Deebo is a doughy, fluffy, chunky guy. That's what makes him Deebo. And that's what makes him a bowling ball when he just bowls off of defenders. He's just running guys over, bouncing off of people. That's a part of his game, that physique. Now, yes, do we want him to look lean and whatnot? Yes, but I compared him to James Harden last night on the Commanders Kings. James Harden will never be skinny again or lean. Same thing with Luka Doncic. Their games are based on physicality. Like James Harden likes to lean on you, step back, shoot a 3. Deebo likes to lean on you, run over you, bowl over you. That's just their game right now. Some guys use the weight as an advantage. That's my explanation for Deebo. And I did like the Deebo. I was lukewarm on the Deebo trade because I wanted more of a natural route runner. But we got a guy that can do more than just run routes. He can be a running back. That's what helps with his versatility too, just the physicality aspect. Some of that dough that he has on him. I just don't want him looking like when he was in that Eagles jersey at the Super Bowl. But he's been at OTAs. He's been at OTAs every day. Phase 1, phase 2, the ones where they weren't doing drills like against each other. Like he's been at every OTA workout, every phase he's been there, every voluntary phase he's been there. He's been in the gym working out. So the diet should be good as well. So I'm not concerned. My expectations for Deebo are 600 yards receiving. All right, guys. Basically, I was just saying I'm not concerned about Deebo Samuel. That's the point right there. All right, so let's get to play-by-play. There's not much play-by-play at all, so we're just going to get through this pretty rapid fire here. Laramie Tunsil did say that Josh Connerly looked good. Trey Amos was dancing after practice as well. I'm not able to put up clips today, unfortunately, but maybe tomorrow when I do my standouts video or people who stood out. So Dan Quinn. So John Bates, he did head inside per Candace Walls. She said he looks totally fine, though, so that's good news. Also, she did say that Michael Gallup and Jalen Lane were working on the side field. I don't know what's going on with Jalen Lane, but we know that Michael Gallup does have a hamstring injury right now, so we'll see if he's ready for training camp. Jalen Lane, not concerned about it, but seeing him on the side field is kind of like a question mark right now, especially with the wide receiver room, with the whole Noah Brown being a question mark at this point right now because of being carted off the field. But Laramie Tunsil said Josh Connerly, he's a dog. Let's see who else. So this is from Dula_Vision on Twitter. He says, final observations from minicamp. The team took the off-season seriously. Many guys look like they are in better shape. Carlin Vigors is my vote for UDFA to make the team. So he must have really impressed. He did get an interception today, so that is good news. And then he also Dula also said I'm more likely to bet on Jaden Daniels being better this year than on a sophomore slump. He also said Jaden Daniels looking very sharp early on 7-on-7s. Also, Skylar Nelson, she tweeted out that cornerback Carlin Vigors caught a pick in practice on wide receiver Chris Moore. Chris Moore's been having a really good camp. So that's really good by Carlin Vigors to do that. A UDFA rookie to come in and get an interception against Chris Moore. I know I'm not going to hype up Chris Moore, but Chris Moore has done a lot in the league. He's had somewhat of a decorated career, like with the Ravens, with the Texans. Like he's made big plays in his career so far. Chris Moore is definitely somebody to keep an eye on this offseason per Skylar Nelson. She also says, although he missed the first catch Jaden threw, he came in clutch for the next 2 passes. Potentially someone who may be next in line if Noah Brown is out. So other guys got to step up. So Chris Moore is making plays. Michael Gallup is out. So this is an opportunity for guys like Luke McCaffrey as well. Skylar Nelson also tweets out wide receivers Luke McCaffrey and Michael Strachan haven't missed any passes yet in today's practice. I sense potential breakouts coming. So Luke McCaffrey's been hyped up a lot in mandatory minicamp. I think this mandatory minicamp was really, really good for Luke. Terry being out gave him more snaps, more reps, more opportunities. And Luke McCaffrey is definitely taking advantage of it so far. So I'm really happy to hear that about Luke. I'm rooting for Luke. I'm rooting for Ben Sinnott. Wes Welker should be helping Luke McCaffrey out a lot too. Just the cultural connection that those guys have. I feel like that Wes Welker can really help out Luke McCaffrey a lot. But I'm happy to hear that about Carlin Vigors so far. So he might be a surprise standout right now. So he got an interception on Sam Hartman. Sam Hartman made a nice pass to Luke McCaffrey for a touchdown as well today. That's about it, man. And then Dan Quinn said running back Chris Rodriguez has really applied himself. So he said nothing but good things about the running backs. He said good things about B-Rob, Mike Wiley, and now Chris Rodriguez as well. So he said a lot of good things about those guys, about the running back room. So we do need to see the running backs to step up. Definitely B-Rob step up for sure and stay healthy for sure. So, all right, you guys. You guys let me know what you guys think. As always, Hell Commanders. Peace.